Hang tight a second. I'm going to be getting to questions here in just a moment. The only thing I need to do is I'm trying to figure out how to freaking get this camera to flip back to its regular position. My life sucks right now. Trying to figure this out. I feel like I'm losing the war with technology, and I've always been ahead of it. And I do have a list of questions that I want to sit there and add. Okay, let's do this. I don't know. Is it if you guys switching your investment, let's see. Um, I know for me, instant gratification was it came in the form of shopping as well. I had a materialistic parent that rather than have maternal sense of bonding, it was more or less, here's $50, go to lunch, have a great day at school, and for a kid that's kind of very difficult to deal with because it's like I'm an item. And it's been the theme of my life is that I have been a monetary thing that it just it's like I have no value, and for me that hurt me growing up. It's like, okay, well, this is great. I can go to I can go to school and wear the top of line clothes, but I'm still the dork. It doesn't matter, that I'm a straight A student. It doesn't matter that I graduated early. It didn't, none of those things matter because what I was trying to do was get someone's attention, and I thought, well, if I try to be like her, then I'm going to get that attention that I deserve, and that's just not how it happened at all. In fact, it's still the same way 35 years later. And what I do know is that it caused me to have a void in me that today is still very prevalent and is also very difficult for me to get over sometimes. And I have a significant other who is unlike anybody I've ever been with. He actually, we all have our things that we deal with personally, but his is, coming back into the world from a system that is designed to keep people in. Well, it was supposed to design to help people come back into the public and be better people, but it has notoriously been known for, um, you know, basically having people live there for the rest of their lives, and that's kind of screwed up because I know I've watched more people go in and stay in than the ones who have actually came out, and um, but if you're in there for a substantial amount of time, they go in. It's like going into a time capsule where their world is as it is when they went in, and then when they come out, the world has changed. And when I say changed, I'm talking about like 10 years, decade. So, it would be for a person, it could be 2006, and by the time they get out, it's 2026. And can you imagine what that would be like to come into a world where you're sitting there and you go in using a Apple One computer in the very first iPhone, and you come out and there's an iPhone 17, and we have touchscreen computers, and laptops have become the size of a book, and these people don't know what to do with themselves because they feel either uneducated or they feel slow, or um, just various things, and so you know for me to have someone in my life that gets pissed off at me because those things that I didn't get growing up are the very things that cause me to seem or appear to be an immature adult, and that right there leads me down the road to instant gratification every single time. Simply because I want to feel better in that moment. I'm not trying to be the person I used to be. I'm trying to be the person I've always envisioned myself to be, and I think that I have to find, yeah, I have to find a happy medium there, and it's difficult. I mean, I feel like a kid sometimes that is in special ed, and it. I'm gonna be honest with you, it sucks. It really does. And so let me pull my questions up. I don't care about this camera, guys. If my camera's upside down, I truly apologize. I'm still learning how to work with not OBS, but TikTok Studio, which I don't really think is that great considering they buy their AI from recycled Siri parts. But that's just my personal opinion. Uh, um, let's see here, because I did have a whole lineup of questions for you guys. And I put them on my desktop. And Chichu, I'm grateful to you for coming in here. And like, I know it's hard for you to open up sometimes, and I'm really proud of you for coming up in here and doing this. Hmm. Yeah. You're talking to the wrong one, because I was a licensed recovery coach, and I have a little bit of a different take on it, because people think, when they think recovery, they think 12 step, and that's not the case. There's like over 156 different routes to recovery, and the thing with that is that it looks different for everybody. There's no one shoe fits all, and it took me a long time to wrap my head around that, I guess, because what I had been taught was the rigidity that comes from not knocking 12 step, because it's helped a million plus people get well. But what I am going to say is that, because of that rigidity, I actually scared off a few people who were seeking recovery, and I think that that was more hard for me, because I had every intention of wanting to be that person that helps someone, and it didn't work out that way until I could open up my own mind and say, hey, this is what, I apologize for, and why I apologize for it. I had to learn to evolve as a person as well. Um, and so it was like in some ways, instant gratification played a role in me becoming a recovery coach, because I wanted it then. I wanted more money. I wanted the entitlement that I was getting when I was a teenager, living with somebody that I was the equivalent of a $50 bill. I did ask my other half to join in on this tonight, and I'm gonna have to mute my mic if he decides he wants to jump in. But he said he had a few things that he would like to say on regards to instant gratification, and then I'm gonna get into the questions, and then we'll get ready to wrap it up because I know too that you're pretty damn tired, and I'm proud of you for. Oh, okay, as long as you're okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
and him too. You swear? Okay. Glitter, you good? Okay, let me get this. Go to my Google Docs. I know where it's at. Then Control A. Somebody needs to give me a crash course in TikTok Studio because the videos don't work. Matt, I'm gonna mute my mic if you'd like to jump in. Huh? All right, cool. You guys, y'all get the pleasure of talking to my other half. Go ahead. Go
Hi
ahead.
guys.
Can you hear me? Oh, here. Here. Oh, why are you getting nervous? Well, you did say you had something to say.
No, I did.
Uh, is there anybody in the chat that'd like to come up and talk on this subject? Instant grat. No, we're not. Okay. And this has to be our wonderful Lucifer that just popped up in here. Okay. So, let me ask you, from your perspective, Choo Choo, what happens when you make a split second decision or an impulse decision on the tracks instead of checking out your signals? Or your warning signs? Um, Glitter, on the flip side, what's a small instant hit that you've learned in to use it to your advantage? So in the realm of thinking shortcuts, on the flip side of this, what is the small instant hit that you've learned to use to your advantage when dealing with instant gratification? Right. And let me ask you, Glitter. I mean, 'cause you're great when you're in sync with things, man. The answers that you give are just they're absolutely flawless. But what do you think that a lifelong habit of instant gratification? Do you think that it stunts our personal growth or the ability to build resiliency? So I'm gonna ask you this, Choo Choo. And I'm gonna answer this question first, but I'm gonna ask the same question to you. From your viewpoint, what's the destination of life lived with instant gratification? For me, instant gratification is it's a dead end zone. It's a dead end zone with a lot of lumps on my head, a lot of bruises on my legs, broken bones, healed broken bones, and unfinished business. And that's how I honestly see instant gratification. I mean, I could go out and take a shortcut, but I know the consequences of taking that shortcut, and it's just like in my everyday life, having a partner, learning to communicate, learning how to do things and stand up for myself. To hear someone say I'm mad at you because you don't do you, and what I hear, my brain is conditioned to that you're not good enough. I'm gonna go find you somebody else, instead of hearing what they're trying to tell me is they want me to do me. They want to see what I look like happy. And the problem is I don't know what I look like happy because I've been too busy being a people pleaser and an instant gratifier that true joy has eluded me. And here I am at 50 years old and I'm trying to learn it on a fast track with somebody who actually gives a damn about me that is just as imperfect as I am. And that is a freaking head spinner right there. So the truth is that I would rather take the long path and learn the hard way than to take the shortcut and have to go through more breaks and more patches and stitches to get to the other side of what I thought was going to be the final destination, but winds up not being, if that makes sense. So, from your viewpoint, what's the destination of a life lived by living by instant gratification? Yeah, I agree with you, and it's just it. Yeah, and you just said something right there. When I was on the eve of my 50th birthday, I sat back in this house and I did a whole live stream for about 12 hours with people, just meeting people from around the world, and what I came to, it's like I did a mental inventory of myself and what I really wanted. And what I really want is just not to have to go through the headaches that I've gone through for the last 50 years of my life. I want peace. I want some little bit of, before what years I have left on this planet, God willing, it's a little bit longer than 20 years. I want to experience joy and happiness and contentment. I don't want resiliency to be my defining factor. I want it to be something that I can teach someone else, and I want to proceed forward in living and being a part of everyday life. Because we all know that I'm resilient, but my resilience has its limitations. And this last time that I took the shortcut in a relationship with someone, I wound up almost broken completely. And so this one is a little bit more difficult because I see the end goal and I know that it's worth it, but in the heat of the moment when I'm going through those things or I'm having to learn these lessons, I'm like I have to question myself sometimes. I want to go take that short way out because it would just be easier, to run away because it's what I know how to do. But yeah, I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with the situation. I don't have to deal with the feelings. I can be pissed off. And that's what I'm looking for right there. Is that little bug that gets inside you and just eats you from the inside out. Yes, I took the shortcut. I avoided the argument, but what did I do? I ran away and I lost somebody that I really care about. And so, And so people who don't have addiction problems, let me kind of clarify this. This is from coming from the lens of recovery, right? And so this is what happens with people, everyday people who have substance use disorders or they're in. I mean, that could be a variety of things. It could be alcoholism, it could be narcotics, it could be overeating. Any type of addiction like that, we are more prone to have, tendencies like instant gratification, avoidance of dealing with problems. And the reason why we do instant gratification is kind of like it's a substitute for that substance that we were using out there because in that moment it fulfills our need. But it has long term consequences that affect us down the road. And so, the difference between the immediate relief an addiction provides and the genuine earned joy that comes from a sustained recovery is the same thing that comes from taking the shortcut or taking the long route. And see, there's a saying in recovery, they say, don't miss the beauty of the forest for the ugliness of one tree. And that's the truth. That yes, that tree that I'm looking at right now is got so many good things to it, but I was the type of person I would see everybody else and I'm kind of somewhere in the middle now where I can see the tree and the forest and it's a confusing place to be in because I have felt myself growing up and grounding more and more. But the the inner me that drives, that has been driving this cargo ship for a long time. Oh, she's still very, very vibrantly loud and says, "Go fuck it, just throw the towel in and run away. You know how to do that real well. You can start over and create a new life and new identity." And I don't want to do that no more because I'm tired of running, just as much as my spirit's tired of fighting. And so I'm glad you really brought this topic up because it did. When I was sitting here writing the questions today, I was like, I had to think about my past, and um, you know, there are things like let me go back to a section that I wanted to bring up. It was about the historical effects of the long-term consequences that come from instant gratification. Um, it was where is it at? I put it on here. Do, do, do. One of them was the Great Depression, and another one was about a war. And I'm looking for it real quick because that was one of the things I thought was hilarious. Is I'm sitting here looking at this stuff and I'm going, let me ask this question and see if there were long-term consequences. Um, there was the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008. The quick money from approving bad loans seemed like a great for everyone. I was actually working at a title company when this happened, but it led to a global financial meltdown, and the immediate thrill of buying a house you couldn't afford led to millions of foreclosures, which was awful. Um, There was I think the Japanese War was based off of an instant gratification as well. And that was something that went on for years and affected, not just the baby boomers, but the generation before them. And then there was another one in the Great Depression. It was the Japanese War, the Great Depression, and then the mortgage crash out in 2008. And, let's look at one of the biggest travesties in American history, 9/11. Man, we came together as a country that day. But no sooner than all the scrap in the pile of dust was picked up, everybody went back to their world of technology and cell phones and forgot the, however many, what was it, 1,000 people plus that lost their lives that day. And that is how shallow humanity has become because of instant gratification. I say that's a pretty huge damn long term consequence, if you ask me. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had to plug a computer in the back of my TV that sat on the floor and had to be in VHF mode, and you had to program a line that was about 2 foot long across the screen in order to get it to boot up. And then gradually became floppy disk, and then a little harder disk, and then you get to school, and there's these big computers and networks, and in the short 20 years last 20 years of my life, I've seen technology do leaps and bounds like there's no tomorrow. But I've also seen kids go signing legal documents with emojis and can't write in cursive. And it is all because we want to take the shortcut out of society. We don't want to have to lug 20-pound book bags around. We don't want to, look, we have freaking places you can buy a car online, and that to me is we are becoming automatons. And when that happens, society breaks down on a global scale and a moral scale. So there are, if you're a person who's dealing with substance uses, or you're a person who is on the verge of going there because of acts like instant gratification, there is a few places that you can go. There is Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, and you just call 800 information or go online and look for the central office in your area, and they will navigate you to the nearest clubhouse or meeting that's available in your area. And I would just say, if you think you have a problem with substances, just go check it out. You don't have to share, you don't have to identify. You just walk in there and listen and be around a supportive group of people, because there is a beauty in recovery that comes from fellowship. And just as much it is as it is on TikTok when you come up in boxes and you have all your friends there. It is a support network that makes you a better person. There are the mental health crisis lines in your local area that will help you. I know here ours is 811, and they will put you in contact with a 24-hour either mental health nurse or a mental health professional that is willing to talk to you, or peer specialists like myself who have gotten to the other side of medication therapy, treatment, and counseling. Um, there is online meetings that you can do on Zoom, and just know that people are here to initiate conversations with you or help you talk to a family or friend if you're having difficulties in these areas with things. If you're in the secular world and it's affecting your relationship, my recommendation and suggestion would be seek out the help of a professional um, before it gets out of hand, and learn how to become more self-aware. I think that mindfulness and meditation is a huge um, deterrent when it comes to instant gratification. When you can listen to your body and clear your mind and just concentrate on your breathing, put your hand over your heart sometime and close your eyes and breathe really slowly and feel the power just from that act of compassion from touching your heart. and then open your eyes. There is a different feeling that you have. And you know, somebody told me something a long time ago, and unfortunately, because of friendship, he is no longer my sponsor, nor would he be, um, for the reasons I can't go into on TikTok. But he told me something that was very profound that changed me: is be the change you want to see in the world. I want to see people connect. I want to see people be loving. I want to see people be compassionate. And I want to see people have understanding and forgiveness so that we don't have people out here unaliving and people out here unaliving due to substance use or, you know, those type of things. When we all are of the same origin, just with different ethnicities and languages and cultures, but we at our core are all human. And, you know, I could point the finger at each one of you that's in this room right now, but I would be foolish because I would have three fingers pointing back at me saying, "Hey, you're an idiot." And that's the truth is that I can triply account for my shit if I were to sit down and look at it. But people are too busy looking at the outside instead of looking inward. And if we spent more time on the inside, it would change us on the outside. And I think that's where recovery did get it right in the 12-step program, is that they change you from the inside by giving you these so-called steps. But all those steps are is the key that you would put in your car in order to turn it on to get the momentum for you to go to your job or go to the store. 12-step is designed to give you that ignition, to give you the momentum to go to the life that you were destined for. And that's how I look at it. And me, I choose to just, you know, I don't like to fight. I don't like to yell at people. I don't like to scream at people. I want to be that force of love in the world that leaves an impact and shines a light. And if that means I go without a pair of earrings or cosmetics or whatever, so be it. But the material stuff is not going to make me, it's going to break me. And with that, I'd like to thank you, Choo Choo, for coming on. And one, for keeping accountability. I'm going to give you a shout out for that. Glitter, I am more grateful than you will ever know at how your friendship has impacted my life. I've grown just in the time that we've known each other in areas that I had the hugest challenge dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And I've had the privilege of meeting Sienna and Sunshine. You have been one of the most amazing friends to have over the last 3 years because we met at a time when neither one of us had a single person in our life. And you're in Canada, and you've been there every single day for the last 3 years. And I am grateful for each and every one of you, and I love each and every one of you because of who you are. And that's understandable. And it's probably going to get even more, it's even going to probably get even a little more distant as you and Glitter get closer, you know, because you have a goal, and I know she's working on things within herself, but you have a goal of what you want. You're starting to see a vision of Choo Choo in the future, which is a good thing because not a lot of people get that in their first year. Not a lot of people can say, "Hey, I see something more important for me than the bullshit that I just came from." And I think that that is a beautiful gift to get early in on the first year like this. And you know, to watch the person you're becoming since you've been in Glitters and the Glitter's been in your life is an amazing thing because you have gone from being an immature kid to being, you know, what resembles almost a grown ass damn man. And I think that that's a cool thing to see because when you first came on here and I met you, I was like, oh my god, if I had a baseball bat. And I know I know that I annoyed the shit out of you too, but I saw something in you that I needed in my life. And that was somebody who could pick on me, but I knew would be there and have my back. And I'm grateful for that because you are like that big brother, and we do fuck with each other all the time. And I don't have to wear. You don't wear a mask. You don't wear a mask, and that's yeah. But we're also a tell on our damn selves type of people too. You and I both. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna I'll take you up on that on a like a Thursday night or something. And that's I'm gonna segue into this now. Guys, for those of you who have passed through the live, I am grateful for you for stopping in. For the five that have been here the entire time, I'm grateful for you. There has not really been a set schedule yet. I've had some unforeseen stuff come up, like my live being promoted by the owner of the agency. I'm kind of a little shaken by that because that's something that was unexpected, and I'm grateful for that because I'm gonna get noticed a little more. Um, but the stuff that I'm talking about is candid, non-mask, authentic. I'm the same person on camera as I am off camera, and I have worked hard, and Sunshine is my witness to this. I've been doing the same thing for 3 years. Only difference is I incorporated some humor and some music into it because I can't be serious 100% of the time. I need to learn to have fun and be a human as well. But the just seeing what happened from the first cast to this one, and you're talking about telling your story, I would love to have you come in on a Thursday night, and then Glitter have you come in on another night on a Thursday, and come share your story on my platform because that is something that does need to be heard. And there is so much negativity on this app that the lights have to shine through the darkness. And I believe, Chuchu, in my whole heart, that you're destined for some great things, and you are going to change some people's lives because you have that big brother mentality, and you're a natural protector. And even though we go back and forth with each other, I know if I sent you a message saying, Choo somebody's in my platform being a freaking dick, you would fly in here in a heartbeat, and I don't even question that. And but I want you to know that I know that about you, and I see that in you. And I know that when you become a sponsor, whoever, and there you're going to get a choo choo that's going to, trust me, it happens in recovery. You will get someone who's worse than you, because I got mine, and she's just like me, if not worse. And she will try you for everything it's worth. But you know what, man? You are going to change a lot of people's life, both secularly and in recovery, because of the type of person that you are. Glitter, you're already doing the damn thing. I mean, you're a manager. You've changed my life, and when we talk on and off app, it has been nothing but heartfelt or humor or just we connected from day one. And y'all are a lot of the inspiration behind how I revamped my platform, believe it or not. And that is it came out of nowhere. It's like I sat here like, what can I do? Can I do more humor? Can I create this? I'm like, you know what? Let me do what I do best. And what I do best is like public speaking. And I've lived a lot. I've lived 3 lifetimes in one life, and it's the people that I have met that are still in my life are there for a significant reason. They came into my life and changed it so profoundly. Like my friend Kelly, who was my Youth for Christ counselor, who kept me from unaliving, and he has been my friend now for 37 years. Come to find out years ago that our grandmothers worked together in the same hospital in the same ward, and we actually met when we were children, but we just we didn't know each other. And so it's funny how our higher powers do things that we don't see until they're necessary for us to see them. And what was you going to say? Yes. No. Hmm. And you know what? And I'm gonna send a shout out to Matthew. It hasn't been easy. We knew when we met each other we were in trouble, and it was something different, and it was something like we'd never had before. But it is. I am grateful for you every day because each day I wake up, I'm not only getting closer to what resembles old me, but I'm getting closer to the person I think I'm meant to be. And I love you very much. I'm grateful that you came into my life. It's not always a walk in the park, but everything has its growing pains, and in order for it to mature, it has to hurt sometimes, and it has to scrape its legs. And um, despite everything, at the end of the day, when we're laying here or we're waking up and we're doing things together, I see the protector that you are, and I'm grateful for just the growth that I've seen in just the last week. And I know that inner voice in me says I don't deserve this, but the rational side of me is like, yes, I do. I do deserve this because I know that I'm a beautiful person on the inside. I'm just a beautiful person that's been covered up with a whole lot of debris for 50 years. And what's going to come out of that debris is something much more beautiful than what went in it. And I think we would do good to remember that. It's that is something that doesn't require instant gratification, because when we come out of those piles of rubble, I identify with the phoenix, obviously, because I've burned down to the ground many, many times, and each time that I've come back, I've burned brighter. But I said to Sunshine 3 years ago, I have a feeling that if I make it out of this again, it is going to be the brightest burn that I've ever had, and I will never ever turn to ashes again. Well, let me let me let me put let me go ahead and put mine out there. Okay, we are not so different, Glitter. I met Matt, through a moment of instant gratification that was a major disappointment, not with him. Yeah, no, I'll tell you the story behind that, but all you need to know, Glitter, is, and I think you can read between the lines because we do this quite often. It was a moment of instant gratification that turned into a huge disappointment for me that allowed the door open for me to meet my significant other. And and it was in that moment of instant gratification that we realized, oh, whoa, shit, we've done this before, even though we hadn't. We've done this before, and we know each other, and it's been beautiful to watch because it's like I have no control over what I'm feeling. I have no control over the desire I have, and I have no control over the pain of the idea of him ever leaving out that door. Um, but I've had to walk through the lessons of him saying, "Don't talk to me right now," and he'll walk out the door, and I freak out because, little old beaten up me is saying, "Oh, he's going to leave you, and he's not coming back." And when he walks to that door, it's like each time he walks to that door, it does something to me. It that is healthy and healing, and it's like, okay, maybe he is what he says he is. I've never been in this dynamic before. I had something eerily similar to it, but I wasn't me at that time. And so to watch what is happening with my own eyes and to be present for it, which I would have never been 20 years ago, but to be present and see that happen, that is the only positive thing that has came from a moment of instant gratification. And it still has a little bit of consequence to it. It's the learning curves and the growing pains that is the consequence. But the one positive that had came from that moment was is that I got the opportunity to meet someone who has really profoundly changed me and is continuing to do so. And it's not he's told me I'm not going to sit there and tell you you're pretty. I'm going to tell you you're smart. I'll do that when I want to. But I am going to tell you that you are not weak. I'm going to tell you that you can do this. I'm going to tell you to do you because I want. And when I asked him why he tells me this, he said, because I want to see what you look like with a smile on your face instead of this RBF that looks sad. And to hear someone else say that was very hard to digest. But I understand what he's seeing because when I look in the mirror, I have no expressions because I don't know how to hold on to him, if that makes sense. Hmm. I mean, I have a serious face all the time, and I almost am convinced myself that I'm allergic to smiling. Although I like to smile, I do it very seldom, and how to. I don't know how to hold on to joy and happiness because I don't know what it looks like. And so therefore my the survivor instinct kicks in and I start pushing away subconsciously without even knowing I'm doing it. And that is the bitch that I would like to get rid of. Hi Phoenix, thank you for coming into the room. Yes. OG Casper, welcome to the room. That is a cool thing to have you walk up in my room, sir. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. um it is yeah, it has kept people away from me, and it is a good defense system, but it's not a good defense system when you're coming into a relationship and you really care about someone. A friend. Yeah. Right. Right. And let me explain. Let me and one last closing statement I'm going to say too. Something I said earlier. Yeah, that recovery is about the fellowship and the support network. But let me say this: there is a catch 22 in any group or support system that has hundreds of people in it. You can fall into a trap of clicks and disappointments. The one thing I would say is don't have expectations because expectations are the number one cause of relapse and pushing people out the doors of recovery. But I also tell you that when you find your tribe of people like I have right now, I'm around these people 5, 6 days a week, if not more, and I spent hours with them on this app. It would be no different if I was to see them in person. This is my tribe, and it's taken 3 years with one, 9 months with another. Glitter is about the same amount of time, a little less, because I met her after the fact. But Mama Hadley is one of the newer ones. I've talked to Phoenix before. A lot of people that come through here, like Casper, I didn't expect to ever see him come through my life, but I know Casper. I've been a part of his team, and those people are the people that are meant for you. You're gonna have a ton of people come in and out and be your friend 1 minute and then they're gone tomorrow. But you're gonna have people who come in that stick and stay, and you're gonna find out that those people are just as flawed and screwed up as you are. And y'all can actually sit back in a circle and joke about the stupid shit that you've done and laugh about it. And that's the beauty in any support system. It's the beauty in any circle of friends, and it's definitely the beauty in recovery because a lot of people get thrown off when they go into a recovery room and they hear someone bust out laughing about how they walked right through a straight solid piece of glass because they thought it was an open window. But that's like me. I can walk into a perfectly solid brick wall, but I can do 6-digit math in my head. And there are intelligent people in recovery, but unfortunately they got that gene that made them prone to certain things, and you know here we go. We have a bunch of late bloomers. They're masking where they came from. They're masking where they came from. Yeah, let me just say this, and I think there's a component that nobody's catched on to yet. Addicts are intelligent. Most of us are very smart. Yeah, okay, hello, but the component that you missed, it's not it's the substance that makes us dum-dums, but it's that thrill of the chase that gets us stuck in the loop of addiction. Oh, yeah, but I'm talking about people like us. I used to, you know why? Because I was smart, I was a good kid, I followed the rules, but I had a horrible life at home, and I had to hide the feelings and where I came from. But then there was that alluring dark side that, hey, I'm being a rebel. I'm going against everything my parents believe in and has ever taught me. And the thing about that is that that's what kept me in the realm of partying, is because it was pissing my parents off that came into my life and didn't take care of me, and so I was jabbing it to them, and that became what got me stuck in that cycle that I couldn't get out of it for years. And it was that it's mm-hmm. Well, I am going to call it a wrap tonight, guys, but I would love to continue this conversation again. Like I said, Tutu Glitter, I want you to think about it. I would love to have you come on the platform and tell your story one night. um, I think it'd be awesome. I think there's people out there that need to hear it. And I'm more than happy to host it. And I think you guys are two people. A lot of people don't like to disclose that they're in the recovery journey, but I surround myself with people who do, because those are your authentic people, and those are the people who have made it through and continue to make it through. And you know, I got a great group of friends on here that I love very much, and you guys make my world a brighter place. Y'all are my instant gratification. Yeah, y'all make me happy. So I'll send you the bill over through email. Okay. All right. Choo choo. Thank you for coming on board. All right. You sound like you about to go night night. Oh, that's right, because you got to talk to Glitter.
God damn it.
I love you too. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Bye.
that shit away.
Alright.
Because we're not going to be able to eat any of it. Maybe tomorrow. The whole day was just wasted. I can't load your card.
What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?
I don't know what I need. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't use the card.
Why can't you use the card?
I can't load it onto my Cash App. Didn't you just hear what I said?
Yes.
Okay. It won't load.
Okay. What are you trying to do so that I can...
You want me to go to the fucking store.
Okay. I sent the money to
You
the
sent the
card.
money to my Cash App. I can't use it. How am I going to use it? The only thing I can do is buy shit. And I have to get cash for that. I'm not trying to yell or anything, so just listen to me.
Then send the money back and run to Walgreens and pull the money out of the ATM. There's going to be a fee, but Publix is already closed, and
No
they...
shit.
I
know
don't-
that.
I don't think...
Fucking 12, almost 12 o'clock. I can get the fucking shit to open. You had anybody come across trying to charge your fucking Cash App? Huh?
Not that I know of. Let me check.
You should get a notification every time it happens.
I haven't gotten anything.
What was
I saw it.
Well, if you haven't gotten anything, then you need to leave the card unlocked.
The card is unlocked.
Well, you need to put whatever you want to have. You need to put the money over out of savings because it's not going to let you take the money out of savings. Up at the ATM or at the thing. What?
It's all out of savings. It's been out of savings since you left.
You just told me you put the rest of it in savings.
When you left, I told you I did, and then I moved it back when you went to the store because I didn't know what you was getting.
What do you want? Candy bar and cigarettes.
Please. Or Skittles or something. I want something sweet. About tired of... I need some candy, like... Get me a pack of hot tamales or something. They're $1.99. Practical. I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm not paying $2.69 for some fucking Skittles. That's where your thrift store skills and my fucking frugalness will come into play.
Where what?
My frugalness.
In what thrift store? Whose?
And your thrift store talent. I go shop at a thrift store before I go to a damn main store.
Well, most of the time, yeah, I would too. Just to check it out. You'd find the same main store closing in fucking thrift stores you will on the main fucking hangers. This already leaking. Oh.
I'm sick of these motherfucking bugs.
Huh?
I'm sick of these fucking bugs.
Yeah. They're getting very out of hand. Like ballsy.
If I had it my way, I would take a fucking tube, stick in that goddamn electrical socket, and stick a fogger up in that bitch.
You're retarded.
I'm serious.
I'll be back in a minute. It might take me a second because Jarvis is supposed to get for me. You alright? It's alright.
Hate when you get mad and throw shit.
What?
I hate when you get mad and throw shit.
Well,
And just it.
you can start using your head.
Baby, I
I know you're trying.
I was trying to clean dishes and get everything squared away, and I set this shit up there, and I didn't think about it, and I was wrong, and I put your plate in the microwave to make sure nothing got on it.
You little motherfuckers in the microwave. We went up the other day while it was cooking.
Then I got all this motherfucking food.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask what's his name if I can borrow one of his refrigerators.
Who?
Your girlfriend's got two of them.
She got two of them.
Can't use this fucking thing hardly. I fell earlier. I can't even remember. Now it's all fucking.
Yeah.
You want to go with me? I can't buy cigarettes. Unless I go to the gas station.
Let me pee real fast. Ask her. Is she home?
Huh?
Is he home?
He's asleep. He says. Why? What's up?
Ask him if we can get that refrigerator and tell him it's an emergency. You got your lighter?
Here's your question.
I asked you when I went to the store.
You know what? No, you didn't ask me shit.
I said, do you want anything?
No, you did not. You told me I'm the one that had the fucking car.
What would you like me to do with the ice so I don't fuck that up?
Do whatever you want to.
Go have some more shit, okay? I fucking gave you I fucking basically you had $100. I got a pack of cigarettes and some fucking candy out of it. Okay.
You still got money, so what the fuck?
No, I don't have money.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm giving it to you to go get shit. Obviously, because if the alternative is not even an alternative. It's an alternative I don't want. Let's just say that.
Well, here you go.
You going to get shit?
There you
It's
go.
a lot better than you have to put up with this.
Whatever. There you go.
I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
What are you gonna do? Now that you know that the fucking the fucking
You don't even talk right, so just hush and just calm down.
You fucking gonna leave?
Just calm down and just shut up, please. All that shit was for nothing.
I told you to go get the shit. You go get the shit.
No, I'm not going to.
Why? What's the real issue going on here today?
There's no real issue. You know what the real issue is? We're fucking homeless in less than 30 days.
We're not homeless in 30
The
days.
fuck we're not.
They have to file the fucking thing
I
anyway.
don't give a fuck. You could be out tomorrow if they fucking want to do it.
No, they can't do that. It's illegal.
They can't do it to you. They can do it to me though.
You don't think I'm scared?
Of what? What's there to be scared of?
I'm starting to make progress and I don't.
Just stop. Stop. There's nothing wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong.
I don't want to be on the street again.
What are you talking about? You're not going to be on the street. I'm going to be on the street. Everybody goes. It's me. It's not you. You knew that.
I don't want you to go.
Well, there's nothing that I can do or you can do about it, so don't fucking cry about it.
But if you leave,
I don't want to hear it.
if you leave, I don't have nowhere to go because they're already gonna fucking
What are you
evict.
talking about? They're already going to evict you. How do you know that?
They're gonna
They
evict.
told you today that you would be put back on your thing.
I don't want you to go.
Stop. I haven't gone anywhere. Stop. There's no reason to cry.
I hate my parents.
So do I.
I wanted to be able to lay here with you tonight and go to sleep.
We'll go to sleep, man.